Let's go ahead and put this conversation to bed. Was America founded as a Christian nation? This says that one of the biggest myths people still believe is that the United States is that it's the country was founded on Christian beliefs, Christian values. Let's put it to bed. It was. America truly was founded based on Christian values. Now, of course, most people try to look at those Christian values to say freedom, equality, that those are the Christian values that America was founded on. What's the reality, though? The Christian values that America was founded on was the fact that Leviticus 25, verses 44 through 46, says that of the foreigners, you may purchase your slaves, and you may keep them as chattel property and pass them down to your sons as property as part of their inheritance. So yeah, America was founded on Christian values. Let's go ahead and admit that America was founded on Christian values because Christian values said that women were no more than property. So when women came to America, they didn't have the right to vote. They didn't have the right to own land in certain situations, nor inherit land in certain situations. In the same way, the Bible says that women couldn't necessarily inherit land unless they married somebody else who was also part of their own tribe. And this is only in the rare situation, but that a woman's word wasn't worth anything. That a woman couldn't be a witness to a crime, that a woman didn't have the ability to vote and work in government, that a woman couldn't be a minister or a pastor. A woman can't do these things because the Bible says, the Christian values of the Bible says that a woman should be silent in the churches. They also had laws that said that women had to dress a certain way because a woman should be modest in her dress, according to the Bible, not wearing of gold and all these sorts of things. And that if she should have any questions, she should ask her husband at home because her husband had the authority. The Bible says it wasn't Adam who was deceived, but it was Eve. And therefore she bears the brunt of the punishment and is under her husband, which is exactly what is said in Genesis. When now she has to be under her husband, when Eve was told that she would now be under the authority of her husband. So the Bible is based on Christian values. I know y'all like to think about freedom, freedom of religion and freedom of choice, but those weren't Christian values. Christian values doesn't say that you have the freedom of religion. Christian values, based on the Bible, says that you are to worship only this God, that to worship any other God is a sin, that to worship any other God is an abomination, and that you're going to hell if you don't worship this God. You will burn in the lake of fire, as it says in Revelation, with the rest of the angels, because your name was not found in the book of life. So them angels that supposedly fell from heaven, yeah, you burning with them. That's what the Christian values say. So when America told the native tribes that, hey, in order for us to award you this treaty, you have to convert to Christianity, they were upholding Christian values. When they told them you got to dress like us and be like us and act like us, they were upholding the Christian value of, if you want to be one of us, you got to act like us, dress like us, and worship our God. Isn't that what Ruth did with Boaz? Well, first with Naomi and then Boaz. Yeah. Isn't that what every non-Israelite wife did? Yeah. Isn't that how Perez tricked those dudes who essayed his sister, Dana, Perez and his other brother? Told him that, oh, you can marry our daughter, our sister. You just got to get that circumcision. Snip, snip. Every man in town. And then they genocided them. Yeah. Christian values. Straight out the Bible. America was founded on Christian values. Indeed, it was. I mean, if you think about it, when Joshua was giving out the promised land and he was telling the people, go out, conquer these lands, genocide all the people. For those that you cannot genocide, make them go into forced labor. That's what he told the Manassites, right? And all the other ites and all the other tribes, Gad and Dan and all of them. So America was founded on the principle of manifest destiny to go out and conquer all the lands to the Mississippi, to decimate and kill anyone. If you didn't decimate them, make them into forced labor and convert them into Christians. That's exactly what those were Christian values, indeed. Because you believe in the Old Testament, right? The Old Testament God is the God that Jesus is supposed to be one and the same with. Christian values. America was founded on Christian values, most assuredly. Jesus called that Canaanite woman a dog. And then when the woman admitted that she was a dog, he then blessed her. America was founded on Christian values. Because when black people were in this country and yet became freed from slavery, as long as black people were willing to accept the Jim Crow status, America was okay with that. No problems. Separate but equal. Even though it was very unequal. But America was, they were good. They were fine. When Jesus told that Samaritan woman, hey, give me some water, heifer. And then told her, you know, I had 7 husbands, and the man you sleeping with ain't your husband. Dress that woman down. When America says that, hey, black people, look what you're doing to your own self. Black on black crime is so high, and black on black crime. Most people are killed by people who look just like them. So wouldn't there still be white on white crime then, and Asian on Asian crime, and Spanish on Spanish crime? You know, like brown on brown crime, yellow on yellow crime, red on red crime, white on white crime. Wouldn't everybody have the same thing? But no, only that Samaritan woman. And if you try to bring up the woman who was brought before Jesus to see if she would be stoned for adultery, go do your research. That story was not in the book. It was an interpolation. It was added into the book. It's something that wasn't originally there. But hey, those are the Christian values. Treat other people differently. And to blame other people and pull out what they're doing wrong instead of looking at your own self and what you're doing wrong. Definitely some Christian values. So I used to be one of those people who said that no, America wasn't founded on Christian values. Look at the Federalist Papers. The Federalist Papers don't mention God and actually are trying to maintain a separation of church and state. It is the argument against the Federalist Papers that invoke God all the time. I used to be one of those people who talked about those things and pushed those things and said that America is founded as a secular country, that the overwhelming majority of the signers didn't want to create a theocracy, which demonstrates that America wasn't founded on Christian values. But the more and more I think about it, and the more and more I thought about it, meditated on it, and what I realized is that America, when you look at its history, it damn sure was founded on Christian values, and not the best ones, not the few good Christian values that are there. Remember, treat thy neighbor as you treat yourself means to treat your fellow Israelites the way you would treat yourself. It has nothing to do with people who are not like you. So America certainly was founded on Christian values. The problem is the Bible. The Bible's values are terrible. The Bible values, like today, I had a discussion with a young man, and I'll post that video later on, where he admits that if God said you can take the captives, find a hot woman and you think she's pretty, you can marry her and force her to marry you, basically raping her, and he agreed with it. Those are the Christian values. Those are the biblical values. America was founded on Christian values. And if I believed in a God, I would say, thank God America has become more of a secular country. And I definitely say that we have to fight against anyone who would try to make America a Christian nation, because the Christian values will certainly send us back into Jim Crow, back into slavery. And that is not good. I won't be here for that. I got my own pews and things that I make sure that I at least fight against it. So we don't want to go into American Christian values. We like the secular values that America has been continuously developing and growing, because it's fairer to people. It's more equal to people. It's more of what the Declaration of Independence and the preamble of the Constitution talks about, that everybody should have the right of freedom of religion, freedom of press, freedom of speech, and everybody should have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.